This is it. We'll just go.
I'm hungry. Nobody's
I
eating
think
my
I
dinner.
can't-
Nobody's
so
eating
we're
dinner
good.
at my house tonight.
Good evening, Washington Courthouse. It is 7:30 PM on December 15th, 2022. Time for our second regular meeting of the month. We're definitely going to take everything seriously tonight. Anyway, at this time, Mr. Schultz has the invocation, and Kendra, you have the pledge.
Okay.
Okay, please stand.
Stand.
Lord, thank you very much for letting us gather here tonight. Give us the strength, the stability, the persistence, and the ability to make the right decisions for the citizens and the city of Washington Courthouse. Keep us all safe and in good health. Thank you very much for being there. Thank you for listening to us. And thank you for everything. And in your name, amen.
Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Blair.
Here.
Chris Smith.
Here.
Hawk.
Here.
Hernandez.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
Lynch.
Here. We have no minutes to approve tonight because we just met last night. But we can approve those in our first January meeting. Any communication, Mr. Dennett? I don't have any tonight.
No.
Okay. We have no council committees. Do you have a report, Mr. Dennett?
I talked last night, so my Christmas gift to you is to wish you Merry Christmas.
Mr. Pitstick, do you have?
I have no report, Mr. Chairman.
And that leaves us to
I have a report.
Christina.
Very short.
She has a report.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. I would like to continue to report that our balance in our general fund continues to be a little over $2 million monthly, so that's good since I've been here. Our income tax collection right now, we're currently, well, as of November 30th, we're about $300,000 ahead of what we budgeted, so we should end up pretty well at the end of December.
Wow.
And then we're beginning to receive payments from McKesson for the Joint Economic Development District. So we've received about 4 of them, I think. So it's about $6,600 so far, but we're going to be, I think, receiving those more on a regular basis now. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions for our Director of Finance?
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina, you mentioned McKesson. My daughter-in-law works for the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. And she told me today they were supposed to go out and have a group come over from Pittsburgh to tour McKesson because they're going to start dealing with McKesson from Pittsburgh. I said, that's interesting. It's a few miles from your house. And anyway, we have one local resident, Della. I think Kendra is going to agree with your shirt tonight. Show Kendra what it says.
What did it say?
Right, like you do mine. I love it.
I didn't have an ugly sweater, so. My name is Della Kesterkey, and I live at 1311 Farmington Lane. We were at the meeting last night, and after we left, I started having some questions in my mind about the property that is over, that you all were talking about, that's over on Duffy, off over there. My question is, and I may not be asking it correctly, is that when he talked last night, if I understand correctly, Mr. Langley said that that they would probably sell like lots, if I understood that correctly. And so my question is that if I bought a piece of property there and one of you bought a piece of property there, we could put 2 different types of buildings on there? there might be two different types of, am I asking that correctly? I don't know. And is there, and I guess the other part to that question is, will there and is there going to be a criteria?
Yes,
There was
Mr.
a
Denning. could
Uh,
you help us
Yeah, he
out?
could.
If you bought a lot that was zoned for a duplex, and Mark will correct me if my recollection is wrong, you could build obviously a duplex on it, or a single-family home. And just like if you bought, I don't know, a lot on, I don't know, Eagles Way, there's an empty lot there, you could build the home of your design choice there.
Okay, so then my question is, then I guess the second part of that is that, so for whether or not they are two different ones like you just mentioned, then is there going to be a criteria, or had they not gotten that far?
Well, you're gonna have to be the basic building code and the setback requirements, in terms of where you can place the building on the lot, but the style of the home, that if you bought the lot, that's gonna be completely up to you.
Right.
Like, you know, it could be a traditional looking structure, or it could be a modern looking one, or.
Just like it is if you go on back Duffy Lane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you asking about square footage?
Well, that's just part of it too, because.
There is
I
a
mean, it
minimum
just-
square footage you
Yeah,
have to
that's
build,
what,
yes.
yeah, so that's what I was just kind of thinking in my head. I thought he said that there was going to be some criteria,
Yes.
but it was not really discussed as to what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So when so when I buy that piece of property and I present the plans, you all have to approve that? Is that what I understand in zoning planning?
Mr. Bryant does. We would
Okay,
do
he's-
plan review.
Okay,
And there, we're not going to have an opinion about the architectural style, but we're gonna see if the plans meet the basic building requirements. Okay, structurally, is this thing gonna stand
Square
up,
footage.
and the electric layout and the HVAC layout and so forth and so on. And then we would inspect it during construction, to see that those requirements are met. But if you wanted, it's gonna be irrelevant to us if you put brick or stone on the front of it, or if you picked, I don't know, black windows or white vinyl windows, you know,
Gotcha.
that would be completely up to the person building the home.
sure, okay. I
But
understand.
if you put a single family home on one of those lots, who builds there has to understand, they're gonna have duplexes beside it, or
Right,
could have duplexes
yeah,
beside it.
and if you drive over there, which we did, there are a lot of duplexes over there, and they fit in very nice
Yes,
with
yes.
that environment,
Yes.
so it makes sense that that would be an R two. And, but I also think that, if I'm putting something up and it may look too modern, it might stick out like a sore thumb too. So that was my only, so you did answer that question, so I'm just wondering, as a citizen, if, you know, when someone comes into my town, I'm really proud of living in Washington Courthouse. So when someone comes into my town and they talk about my town, I want them to be able to say, oh, you know what, it just really looks like it should be the way it is, and not that it's a hodgepodge. And that's what I guess my concern was for that area. And I don't even live in that area, but I will have that on the property by my house when that time comes. And that will be, so that's why I'm asking that now.
And I think Steve's point's really good, that whoever built there, you need to know.
Yeah,
You're gonna stand out like a sore thumb,
Absolutely,
because things
yeah.
are gonna be different.
absolutely. I
So-
agree. I understand that part. Yeah,
But if they wanna stand out like a sore thumb, they could.
yeah.
Yeah.
They could, yeah, you can, like the issues like on a lot like that, you know, if you wanted to, I'd suppose that somewhere that they make it, you could, I don't know, put orange paint on fiber cement siding. I don't know why you wanna do that,
I
but,
don't think they.
Unless you're manicky. Yeah, so, yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Excuse me, Joe, if one buyer or developer bought all those lots,
Mm-hmm.
he could put some of his own restrictions on, like covenants, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Now,
mhm.
that's gonna limit your buyers, but it theoretically could be done.
It could,
you said,
and it
everybody
could
has their own
actually
rule.
make it better.
At least you'd know what you weren't gonna get.
Yes, I mean, to me, when you buy a lot, be it single family or R2, you look at whatever covenants are there, one, because you gotta think about what you gotta comply with. And two, there's some reassurance there about what you get next to you, that, in your area, that.
Well, a good question. You wouldn't want to stand out like an ugly Christmas sweater. That lights up. Okay, very good. Good question. Let's go to legislation. That previously introduced, starting with ordinance number 2022, third reading.
I'll move that we place ordinance number 2022 on third reading.
I'll second that.
Discussion. Roll call.
Blair,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 20-2022, an ordinance authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse or his designee, to abate public nuisance at 722 Church Street, authorizing a private contract for the payment of the abatement of nuisance, and directing the collecting of the cost of the abatement of nuisance from the owner of the property.
Move for passage.
Second.
Roll call.
Blair,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. We are ready for ordinance number 2022, second reading.
I'll move that we place ordinance number 2022 on second reading.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call. Whoops.
I have some concerns after hearing Della speak about the concern about what would actually be in there. Is there a way they can go back to the planning commission and request restrictions, minimum requirements?
What we do has to apply to the entire community. It has to be a general operation throughout the community. That's why we enforce things like building setbacks, but not necessarily design standards for architectural choices for a structure. Mark, you got a better way to explain it?
That's it.
Why would it be designated specifically as two-family residential if they're not gonna put two-family residential on it?
Because the way that the zoning code is set up, if you zone it for two-family residential, you can build a double, or as I recall, Mark, you can build a single-family residence if you choose.
That's correct.
But if it's only zoned for R1, you cannot build a double. It doesn't go the other direction.
They're just giving them that leeway. If you want to build a double, you could. But if you
Well, it
want,
sounded like they were going to, the way he talked.
That sounds
Go
like
put
it.
doubles, but
Mhm.
they don't have to. Somebody else could buy
No.
the property.
Mhm.
No, I would be amazed if they didn't, because the profitability on a double,
Oh, my goodness.
especially with construction costs right now, is much
Oh, yeah.
more. My guess would be it might be up 20% now.
Mhm.
Plus the location.
Yeah,
When you look at the location,
Yeah.
that's gonna be challenging to put a home there
yeah.
with all the traffic, I think.
Especially if the balance of the lot sells for commercial,
Yes.
and you're gonna be looking probably at the backside of a commercial building there.
Mhm.
I think that's what we told him last night. That's a terrific idea because that is a good spot to put those duplexes.
Any other discussion?
Shopping's gonna be good there.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call, Kelly.
Blair,
No.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 21-2022, an ordinance rezoning 1.76 acres of a 3.39 acre parcel known as 2133 Columbus Avenue, parcel 215-012-0-00-021-00 from B3 General Business District to R2 to Family Residential District.
Next is ordinance number 22, 2022, second reading.
I'll move that we put ordinance 22, 2022 on second reading.
Second.
And discussion.
Oh, never mind. Is this where the
Prosecutor's office.
I got you. All right, that's all I needed. Thank you.
Roll call.
Blair,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-2022, an ordinance vacating a portion of alley adjacent to 119 East Market Street.
Next is ordinance number 23, 2022, second reading.
I move we place ordinance number 23, 2022 on second reading. Second.
I'll second that.
Did Jim second?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Somebody,
That's
go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Discussion? Roll call.
Blair,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-2022, an ordinance authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse or his designee, to abate public nuisance at 431 Wilson Street. Authorizing a private contract for the payment of abatement of nuisance and directing the collecting of the cost of the abatement of nuisance from the owner of the property.
Do you mind if I ask a question about that one? I just have a question. Mark, is that the one that the gentleman in Puerto Rico owned in San Juan on Wilson Street?
I can't say for sure, but I believe
I
it is.
think so.
What would we be
Yeah.
able to get around him so we can do what we can do?
Well, we're gonna get it done.
Okay.
I can
Thank
tell you
you.
that.
Yeah, it's already set up for.
I didn't know we
Demolition.
actually
Demolition.
contacted him, so,
Yeah, we've done that.
okay, very good. Thank you.
I got a question. Why did you call him a gentleman?
Moving
We're going to
along,
assume.
Putting us through a lot of-
moving along,
Thank you.
ordinance number 24, 2022, second reading.
I'll move,
Go ahead.
I'll move that we place ordinance number 24, 2022 on second reading.
Second.
And discussion? Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 24-2022, an ordinance authorizing Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington courthouse or his designee, to abate public nuisance at 503, 503.5 South North Street. Authorizing a private contract for a payment of the abatement of nuisance and directing the collecting of the cost of the abatement of nuisance from the owner of the property.
Okay, ordinance number 25, 2022, second reading.
I'll move that we place ordinance number 25, 2022 on second reading.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Chrisman.
Yes.
Hawk.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 25-2022, amending ordinance number 15-2021 by providing supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Washington Courthouse, Fayette County, Ohio, during fiscal year ending December 31st, 2022.
Ordinance number 26, 2022, second reading.
I'll move we put ordinance 26, 2022 on second reading.
Second that.
Discussion? Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Chrisman.
Yes.
Hawk.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 26-2022, an ordinance to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Washington Courthouse, Fayette County, Ohio, during fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023.
Ordinance number 27, 2022, second reading.
I'll move that we place ordinance number 27, 2022 on second reading.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Chrisman.
Yes.
Hawk.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Ordinance number 27-2022, an ordinance authorizing and directing Christina Collins to create accounting funds.
And finally, as far as legislation goes, I think, yes. Resolution number R 2022, second reading.
I move we place resolution number R 2022 on second reading.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Chrisman.
Yes.
Hawk.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes.
Resolution number R 2022, a resolution confirming Joseph J. Denon, city manager of the city of Washington Courthouse, appointment of Elaine Crusher to the tree committee for the term concluding December 31st, 2026.
I'll move for adoption on that.
Second.
Roll call.
Blair.
Yes.
Chrisman.
Yes.
Hawk.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes. Okay, we have no new legislation in writing.
We're up to miscellaneous already.
We are. Mr. Chrisman, do you have anything tonight?
Yeah, I wish them all Merry Christmas again tonight, and if you come to 8:30 meeting in the morning, I wish you Merry Christmas again.
Give me one more shot.
Heck yes. Can't be too much Merry Christmas. That's about all I have. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Mr. Hawk?
Well, I repeat the Merry Christmas, everybody, and I really mean it. So,
Mr. Blair?
Well, it's good to see that somebody obeyed our leader's orders.
Grinch is down there.
The Grinches.
Bah humbug,
I
the
think this
Grinch.
one's grunge too.
But anyway, I would like to wish the whole community a Merry
They all are,
Christmas, and hopefully it's next year, we'll get more citizens involved in coming to the meetings. Appreciate all you faithful four there that's been coming, and hopefully you can give us some insights and input on maybe how we can improve our city government and the way we present things to the citizens of our community. Also, a Merry Christmas to my cohorts here on council, and that's all I have, sir.
can I add to what I
Yes.
said?
Go ahead,
Wants
Mr.
to
Hawk.
retract the Merry Christmas.
Well,
Go ahead.
my daughter bought a home outside of town, and she chose to send her kids to that other school. And they're involved in sports and extracurricular stuff, but, so my wife bought a Miami Grace sweatshirt.
I'm proud of her.
And I thought about wearing that tonight as
You
an
could've.
extra sweater. but
Ah,
I
Ted
don't
Hawk,
know.
you are not the friend anymore.
We have, I have one at home too.
I had one on before I came here.
We have to have both.
I bet you aren't brave enough to wear a Michigan one.
You know,
Oh,
I used to sit
gosh. And who plays basketball this weekend, but.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so I wanna see your rear end there. And I hope you're in blue, cause I will be in black. And we'll see who's going.
Okay, you filthy animal.
Oh, yes. Well, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and, and watch this movie, you know, so, Home Alone.
Great movie, great movie.
You're not filthy animals. But anyway, Merry Christmas to everyone. We appreciate it very much.
Kendra?
Shop local, that's all I'm gonna say, and then Merry Christmas.
Caleb?
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. I would like to clarify, I don't have an ugly sweater, or else I would have worn it. So,
I'm sure we can find
yeah.
one in your closet.
I don't have one either.
Everybody has a truly ugly sweater.
No,
Okay.
no, all my sweaters are beautiful.
I don't have one either. I had to borrow one.
That's it, thank you.
Della, I was going to make the comment that you might not be able to find 3 wise men, but you can find 6 wise men.
You know what, I can't argue with that.
Kendra can, but you Okay.
I plead the fifth. I'm allowed to do that, right?
If you found 3 wise men, that probably would be a miracle.
I was thinking when we just approved Elaine Crutcher for the tree committee, I was talking last night about how good a job all of our employees do. But we should also recognize all of the people who serve on committees that we appoint and get almost nothing in return as far as any finances, and some of them no finances. But anyway, I appreciate all those people. And at the end of the year on TV, they always have, you know, kind of a summary of what the big events were during the year. And they also mention, you know, people we've lost during the year. And we talked about Chris last night. Joe, we haven't lost anybody else out of our family of employees and stuff this year, have we? That's a good thing. But as far as big events go, I mean, can you get any bigger than having a company come in like Honda that's going to benefit this whole county? And I don't know in 20 years what it'll be like, but it is definitely a big event. So, Merry Christmas, and we will not be back except tomorrow morning until after the New Year, so Happy New Year also. But I'll see, hopefully, most of you in the morning at 8:30. And other than that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Oh, I'll second that.
Thank you. Roll call.
Blair,
Yes.
Chrisman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Lynch.
Yes, we are out in 26 minutes.
Everyone in the morning.